So, I had ordered this from eBay originally, about like 7-ish years ago or whatever, when these LED lights were first coming out and they could start making these fixtures. I found them for pretty cheap, $7 each, and I had ordered 4 of them. At the time, a lot of them were like 20 bucks or more each, but they have since come down a lot as it's become more of a standard product to be sold. I had ordered these from eBay, and I waited a couple of weeks, and I had gotten, this came from China, I had gotten a thing saying that your package has been delivered. So I go, okay. And I go over to the post office, and what I find is I find a little tiny slip, well, I should say an envelope, that has the same tracking numbers as the package that was supposed to be delivered. So what I ended up doing is I made sure I recorded all of this. This little tiny slip, little envelope, should I say, that felt like it had some type of something inside of it, like flat, said that it was 4 times LED light splitters. Immediately red flags went off. Because what they had done is they had sent out something that was labeled to be these LED splitters and would say in tracking or whatever that they would be these LED splitters. And what they could do is they could tell eBay that they delivered this product to basically, one, try and get the time before I could file a complaint or a return over with before I could realize that I was being scammed. And secondly, because if I did make some type of complaint, they could provide this tracking saying, oh, see, these LED bulb splitters say that they were delivered. What was actually inside of it was a, air quotations, gift. This gift was a plastic wrapper for a remote control. And it said, you know, please enjoy this free gift as a thank you for buying our products. Don't let companies do that. If they send you out a free gift and the tracking is independent of what your product tracking is, that is fine. But if they use anything that they say is a gift to you, and they use it for the tracking number for the supposed product they're sending out, make sure you record opening it, make sure you document everything, make sure you keep the envelope. Because if I would have taken that and been like, oh, okay, well, I guess this is a free gift, and I threw out that envelope that they had sent, chances are I wouldn't have been able to successfully file a complaint with eBay. I immediately contacted the company. I said, I did not receive my product. You falsely used tracking number for a different package as my product's tracking number, which obviously I did not receive my product, so this isn't true. And, you know, I want my product. And they told me, we're so sorry, just wait a week. So I wait a week. Package still doesn't come. Oh, just wait a couple more weeks. I give it about another week and a half. And I say, my package still isn't here. And they tell, oh, just wait a couple more weeks. Don't do it. First off, if you have the tracking number wrong in the first place, immediately file a different package than what you order. Immediately file a dispute with eBay, Amazon, whoever. But secondly, don't listen to them doing something like that, because what they were trying to do is they were trying to basically push me past the point in which I could file a dispute and get my money back. So I said, no, I'm filing a dispute. I'm carrying through with this dispute. I want my money refunded. So they're like, oh no, you know, you're so terrible, you know, you're really hurting us or whatever. This is something that is not too uncommon. Again, to send out a different product than what's ordered and then try and claim it as that product. They were obviously trying to scam. You might find something that looks like a legitimate seller that actually is still a scammer. They might have a lot of positive ratings, and one of the ways they do this is actually to order stuff using alternative accounts and using fake addresses. Like, for example, they might just grab your address and order something to your address that they say is something like a game console or a pair of shoes or something like that. And what they'll actually send something out. They'll send something to your address that you never ordered, And it'll probably be something very small or minuscule that you won't even think about. It might be like a keychain or something like that that you'll look at and be like, okay, I don't know where this random keychain came from. Either keep it, throw away, or whatever. And then they'll use that tracking information and they'll use that fake account to leave themselves positive reviews. And sometimes these sellers even will do a common thing that you see even big time companies do a lot, which is a form of scam, which is they won't do anything until you complain, and then they'll rectify the situation. Think about like a bank that you go to, that suddenly you find this $50 fee in your account for no reason. And they go, oh, sorry, that was a fee for this draft, but we'll go ahead and waive it. What they rely on is the 80%, the 20%, the 30% of people that don't notice that fee. So that way they can rack in their extra money. And then when somebody does complain, their punishment is to actually just refund you the money or to send you out the product. Again, another thing you'll see with big companies that might say that they'll replace a product that's defective, and then they'll be like, oh, we'll send it out right away, and then you never get the product. They just kind of rely on you forgetting about it. And then if you do complain, then they actually send out the product. So what happened here is I didn't receive the product. I received this false thing. I went ahead and I made a stink about it. I'm 100% sure that they were not going to send out this product in the first place. They were going to try and scam me. Eventually, though, after I had gotten my money refunded, like another probably month and a half later, I did receive the splitters. The date was after I had made my first complaint, because they had never sent out the products in the first place. And then again, when I complained, they rushed to try and get them out so that way they wouldn't get caught in the middle of a scam. However, what they did with the product is they threw all 4 of them into a bag with no packaging, like bubble wrap or anything like that, to protect it. So they all arrived damaged. This one arrived cracked. I had epoxied it. It also has this end bent in. However, it still works. Another one's had the ends broken off. I'll try and put pictures up that I had fixed in various ways. I had gotten them for free, so at that point, because I had already been refunded my money, eBay agreed with me that this was a scam that was going on. So I had technically gotten these for free, minus, me having to repair them. But always keep an eye out for stuff like that. If anything seems suspicious, make sure you document, make sure you take pictures, make sure you keep the original packaging. I mean, even, for example, wrong weights on packages too can be a very good indicator that somebody is trying to pull something over. But just make sure you document all that stuff. Even though these have been broken, I think I fixed every single one of them, and they have been working good for me thus far. But that's one of the reasonings why for this I'm going to specifically recommend buying on Amazon, even if it's a little bit more expensive. And again, I will link some Amazon splitters, because I have only once ever had an issue with somebody trying to scam on Amazon, and Amazon's always been really good about making sure that they don't get away with it. So anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your viewership. I very much appreciate the patrons that help support this channel, and I ask that if you enjoy my content, you consider becoming a patron yourself. That really is helpful. Thank you, guys, and bye. Which is basically your sensor sensitivity turned way up in order to artificially increase the perceived light level by the camera, but that tends to create these little artifacts that the camera will try and do its best possible to fix, but doesn't always, and you might get like static and stuff in the image.